Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mindovermania. My name is Christian, and today we are doing another pick a group reading. I don't really know why I'm in that kind of energy, but it's gonna be an exciting one today. And you wanna know why? It's because we're doing mystery readings, where the topic of each pile is going to be completely unknown to myself and to you until you choose your pile. These always bring me a lot of joy because you never know what's going to come out. Since I'm not dictating the energy, it's just whatever messages spirit has for you. I'm letting the spirits, angels, and ancestors, whoever you follow, guide me in good faith and basically only for the highest good of yourself and myself and all living beings. Oh my gosh, my cat's attacking the door. Just as I said that. So, yeah, it's gonna be a surprise. And those are sometimes the best kind of surprises. Anyways, we have 4 piles for you to choose from today. We have Petrified Wood for group number 1. We have the Angel Aura Quartz representing group number 2. For group number 3, you are being represented by the Lapis Lazuli. And for pile number 4, you are being represented by the Rhodonite. Anyways, what I recommend you doing in order to most accurately select the pile with the messages for you, put both feet firmly on the ground, take a couple deep breaths, and feel whichever pile you seem drawn to. Sometimes you can focus on the number, you can focus on the energy, maybe if your eye gets drawn towards something, whatever is your first initial reaction tends to be what is most accurate to you. However, I find that closing my eyes can sometimes help with taking out implicit bias, especially if, for example, you really like lapis lazuli or a different crystal. I don't know, shiny things are a little bit deceiving after all, because we all like shiny things. Anyways, I will see you at your pile, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below about the results of your reading if you like the messages, and consider to book a reading from me on my website down in the links in the description below. If you are also looking for mental health resources or different things like that, I do have links on my website to different professional resources in case you are maybe struggling with your mental health or with other areas of your life. Go ahead and check that out as well. I am not a therapist. However, I am promoting material out there that other people have done professionally so that you guys can get the help that you need. Anyways, I will see you at your pile. Take care. Bye. Hello everyone, you have chosen pile number 1, or group number 1, which is the Petrified Wood, and this is going to be your mystery message from the universe. It's kind of funny, I don't know if you guys just picked this one because this is the first pile, but I heard the song You're Gonna Go Far Kid by The Offspring in my head while I was drawing your cards, so maybe you guys are a little, spontaneous, a little punk, a little show-offish. I don't know what the vibe is, but I definitely feel like you guys are the ones that you'll wear your pants on backwards because you don't care. There's just kind of like a spontaneous, quick, fast-moving energy that you guys have. So maybe that's the position you're at in life, or maybe you just can't seem to slow down. Anyways, let's just take a look at the cards you got, and I'll do my best to interpret them and see what messages we've got. We have, I was uncomfortable showing emotion. Yeah, I feel like you guys, maybe this was a person that came into your life recently where, I don't know if you kind of showed them up. I get this vibe that you can be a little bit of a cocky person sometimes, especially when you know you're right. So I feel like maybe you upset someone at work, or maybe there was this energy of people didn't take you seriously, and then you showed them in a big way that you were not to be tamed and not to be messed with. And I feel like you've got a couple people steaming behind your back, or just people that are, they were showed up by you. You know what I mean? And the fact that they're not comfortable showing emotion around you just kind of speaks to the power that you guys have, as well as it's like, it's not your fault. You know what I mean? Like, these people are kind of mad about whatever's going on, and you're sitting there going like, man, it's not my fault that you don't have the skills or capabilities to do the things that you should have been doing in the first place. And you came in with an arrogant attitude, and so I showed you up. I'm sorry, like, that's completely on you. You know what I mean? Like, you put egg on people's faces, and ends up backfiring. And I don't know why, but like maybe if you've been kind of wondering like why are people kind of quiet around you, it's because they know not to mess with you at this point. Now, some people take it to an extreme where they're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if they're going to insult me or if they're going to do whatever. And to me, that's just a level of insecurity of not understanding who you guys are. But yeah, like this uncomfortable energy, it feels like people, like specifically more insecure people, just like walk on eggshells around you because they're like, I don't know when they're gonna blow up and whatever. But it's really them kind of projecting on the fact that they are not confident around other confident people because you don't put up with things. And I don't see you guys going around actively hurting people. I mean, like, yeah, you're sassy, but like, you have a pretty good sense of justice. So, for example, if someone's like screaming at their kid, you're going to step in and say, hey, stop doing that. That's not okay. Again, I definitely feel like this punk energy, and I love it. It's very rebellious, but like, not like in the ways that's harmful. It's in the ways of like, yeah, you call out stuff that it needs to be called out. And everyone's like, why the heck aren't more people like you? Seriously. Maybe you've been asking that for a long time. I know this isn't fair. Yeah, that just ties into the energy for sure, because you're sitting there thinking to yourself, like, why do I always deal with this stuff? You know what I mean? Like, I definitely feel this energy of, like, maybe for some reason people judge you based off of your appearance. Maybe you're kind of got a lot of piercings, a lot of tattoos, and so people automatically just project all this BS onto you, and so you're just really tired. I feel like you guys definitely live a lifestyle where you don't even fit in with the outcasts. And so you're constantly just being like, why can't I just listen to this kind of music, not get judged for it, and understand that I'm a good person? You know what I mean? Like, not everybody is out here doing all this other stuff that's harmful, but you guys are continuing to put me in this category and then come up to try to fight me. I don't know. I feel like there's like a combative energy that is not necessarily your style. It's just maybe your living situation. So maybe you live in a small town, or maybe you live in an area that's definitely rooted with like either conservative or traditional values, because I don't want to say that this is even from the US. It just feels like people just look at you and go, oh, I associate you with death, you're a Satanist, you're whatever, blah blah blah. And people are just like, if you actually got to know them, they're kind of the opposite of that energy. So, just giving you guys a shout out that you guys seem really cool and nice, and that's not your fault that you're constantly needing to stand up for yourself. But it's exhausting, and I think maybe you should reconsider where you're living, what you're doing, because I feel like you're made for more, and this pile isn't where you're meant to be long term. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't really feel like you guys are gonna be struggling for too much longer, but you have to follow your intuition and use your discretion. My eyes are getting drawn towards the Archangel Michael statue I have here, and it's definitely just like saying, hey, if you gotta fight your way out, then fight your way out, but there's better, greener pastures for you elsewhere. The sense and blinking lights are me. Yeah, I feel like you guys, I definitely feel like you've been alone a lot in your life. Maybe you're a loner, or maybe you're just the type of person that you've not found your community yet. Like, you're literally just like, I am a rare, unique person, even amongst the outcasts. And I feel like with the sense and the blinking lights are me, it's almost like you mostly are communicating with your ancestors and people who have passed on. I get the energy that maybe you had like a loved one who has passed on that was like your rock in life. And now that they're gone, you're kind of like, I don't even know how to navigate this stuff anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I'm older now, and I feel like giving up, even though I know I can't, because I want to continue living, but it's like, how in the heck did my family navigate this? Because it's not like I'm on my own. And you're just being guided to understand that you have a lot of spiritual weight that is helping you on your journey, and that it's okay to listen to these things. And it's okay if maybe sometimes you're alone in life and your best friend is your grandma that passed away, or your mom, or your dad, or whoever ancestor, because there are times in being a highly spiritual, elevated person, because I feel like you guys are also very just like smart, even if you don't have like necessarily the educational background. It's like you guys just are so gifted on so many levels that it's hard for you to connect to others, because like you're not even mean about it. You're not even trying to be better than anyone else. You're just like, I just can't find people that are like me with the same drive. I don't know, maybe you own a business or need to start a business. There's something about like you need to take charge over your financial situation and stop waiting around for other people to rescue you, because you're, no offense, you guys are the ones leading the charge. Okay. And you were given that energy for a reason. It's just that right now you're using it to, I don't know, like objectify something. Like there's kind of like this whole like you're in denial of what your gifts are made for and how you're supposed to help other people, but it's like not helping other people in the way that you think. It's almost like you're used to the traditional, oh, like volunteer work or whatever. No, like you guys are the ones that need to start cutting out the crap in society. Okay, like you guys are the ones that are taking the stand. You guys are the ones going to the protest, but not even like going to a protest. Like you guys got to start like actually putting your thinking cap on, because you guys have the skill set to undermine this bullshit going on. And I hate to say it, but it's going to be you. It's going to be you guys, okay? Because there isn't other people out there with the gifts that you have, and I think you need to own that more. Thank you for making amends. Yeah, I don't know what this energy may reflect, but I do get the vibe that someone is appreciative of you healing. Maybe you have apologized to somebody, or maybe you are just really great at becoming aware of yourself without needing to anybody saying anything. And so people, like, for example, like maybe you are very sensitive about social stuff. And so you've been doing really good work about maybe healing internalized racism, or healing some classism dynamics, or maybe there's just something in your community that you were like, hey, you know what? I recognize that what my ancestors did was wrong. Maybe something I did was wrong. And I took action to amend that. And yeah, there's just a lot of people that it's unspoken. But like, for some reason I'm hearing the word preaching. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like people, like the toxic people, view you as preaching when really it's stuff that's needed to be said for a long time. You know what I mean? You're calling out injustices that are wrong. And it's completely within your right to do so. And no, you're not being obnoxious, because if other people get to sit and preach on their pedestal about all this toxic bullshit, then you have a right to be able to take a stand and actually preach about the things that you are passionate about. Because yeah, if it is a form of preaching, then you go. Sing your hallelujahs. You're stuck in my mind like heartbreak. You broke me open. Yeah, there's somebody you got massively triggered. And it's kind of interesting because, like, I can tell that this could either be family members or a best friend. At first I was like, is this a romantic relationship? But it's like, it definitely feels like family oriented. So this person, like, I feel like when you didn't go down the route, maybe you were supposed to be like the inheritor of a legacy, or like you were supposed to be like this obedient little girl or be a wife or whatever. And you just came out there and was like, actually, no, not only am I not going to do that, I'm going to be 110% myself. I'm going to make money. I'm going to be a badass, and I'm going to be kind at the same time. And I'm going to show you how it's done. And you just like, you broke somebody. But like you broke them open in the right way. And it was something they should have seen coming. It's almost like when you were a kid, you always were yourself, and this person tried to control you and tame you. And it wasn't right how they went about doing things, because it was all their ego and projection. And it's okay that you broke this person's heart, because I think they needed it, because you didn't actually do anything heartbreaking. It's that they broke their own heart. And I think by you standing in your power now and seeing how successful and loved you are, yeah, it's triggering them, but if they don't want to face their own mistakes, then that's on them, not you guys. Love me harder, love me loud, love me, only me. You attract very possessive lovers. Like, there's like, and maybe you're this way, but you're not interested in what these people have to offer, but I definitely feel like you guys, like, you set this expectation for people, and people misinterpret it, and so, like, I don't know, I just really see, like, one or two people that are, like, obsessed with making you theirs. Like they can't accept the idea of you being with anybody else. So, yeah. I don't know. You're gonna have to be careful, though, because there's the people that have this energy that are possessive in the healthy ways, and because it's their personality, versus the people that just want to possess you and then beat you down. So just use some discernment and discretion, but I think you guys are gonna be fine. You're very self-sufficient, so. And a punk, you know, someone who stands by their belief system and doesn't take ish, you'll be able to clear those people out naturally. It's just some may take longer, because there are people in the punk scene that, you know, you think they're on your side, but they're really not. I hope the ones who harmed you lose every chance at loving again. Yeah, I don't know. You've got some loyal ass people behind you that are like, someone did what to you now? And I just see, like, I don't know, I just saw like the Joker just being like, I'm gonna find their family. I'm gonna, like, they did what to you? To you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was gonna say, you got some very protective energies around you, so just be very careful when you say somebody hurt you. I'm just being transparent. You've got, like, you have no idea the hell you would unleash if you came out and said, hey, that person actually, was a douchebag to me. And then suddenly just boom, watch their life blow up. Just be very careful, okay, guys? Like, you don't have control over this. This isn't your fault. And you're not even manifesting this. Just be very careful. That's a message from Spirit. What makes you so sure I don't love you? Don't lose faith, honey. Yeah, I feel like some of you guys, because you feel very alone right now, or maybe you're scared about the politics going on, or you're just scared of yourself or the changes you're undergoing, just don't lose faith. Like, if you are going through a major transformation right now, if you had faith that you were going to get through the bullshit in your past, then have faith in your future, because you've already gone through the worst of it. I feel like with this group, you already did the gut-wrenching work you needed to do. Now all you need is the faith to get you to the final mile, okay? We've got we've got a couple songs here. We've got Perfect by Alanis Morissette. I'm not going to read the words because I want to keep this reading shorter. But check out Perfect by Alanis Morissette. That's definitely a hard-hitting song. We've got Passion Flower by John Grom. You can pause and read the lyrics here. Oh, okay, I guess I was supposed to read it. Weakness is not your weakness. You are what you grow into, not what you are. Bloom, bloom. Oh, so cute. Yeah, you've bloomed so much, group number one. I love you guys so much. Okay, we've got Black Chandelier by Biffy Clyro. Here's the lyrics if you want them. Eulogy for Nobody by Debbie Dawson. It's a great song. Yeah, you guys might really like music too. Music is your love language. And then Headphones by, wow. Headphones by Britt Nicole. Oh, I feel like you guys are still a little socially awkward middle school kid on the inside. I don't know, I'm hearing like Nightcore and all that stuff. Maybe bringing you back. I know I messed up everything. Yeah, I feel like you have a lot of guilt and shame for your transformation, but please don't. You guys are amazing. Move on from that energy. Grieve it out, but, like, you didn't mess everything up. They did. It's not your fault. That you're just awesome and they couldn't handle it. I wonder if you are happy without me. Yeah, this definitely feels like family, being like, why won't they talk to me? Why won't they come back? Why don't they include me in the messages? And it's like, well, you've been excluding me since day one. So, bye-bye. Sorry. Like, you can be happier without them. And you don't have to say it out loud and tell the whole world, but everyone kind of knows it. And that's on them to deal with. I want to be more than friends. Yeah, you're going to deal with a lot of fake friends and people that just want to get close to you so they can have sex with you. Especially after this glow up, you're going to be really popular and you're just going to learn to be like, nah, I'm good. Like, maybe you're going to be turned off from sex for a while just because of all the friends out there and frenemies because of the fact that you won't sleep with them. Insecure pricks. You speak to me through music. Yeah, if you're ever feeling alone, put on your headphones. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, so you've got really great things coming towards you, and just don't get caught up in the matrix. Enjoy the complexities of life and the complexities of your brain. Also, I'm seeing the numbers 21, 4, or 24, in case those numbers are important to you. We've got 2 blank cards, which I feel like you and another person, your past is being rewritten. Okay, so I don't know if a relationship is coming through that is going to change. I don't feel like this is necessarily romantic, but it is significant. So I feel like as you're changing, other people are changing around you too. And so you may be finding that you're not going to know the rules to the game for a little bit because you were raised under a very different mindset. So have faith and get a little structure and things in balance before moving forward. 5 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, I have a feeling like, you used to be this person where you're sitting on your throne and all the bodies beneath you and you're like, oh God, what have I done? Now you're reclaiming the energy of understanding that all the battles you've won in the past are leading to building you up to who you are today. Okay? And so don't be grieving the people that have been lost. I don't know if there's maybe some violence in your area, or maybe you've been seeing maybe social advocates burning out, whatever, please don't lose hope. Okay, have faith in your journey and understand that this wasn't a difficult, or this wasn't meant to be an easy route. And there was never a point in time where there weren't going to be difficulties. But that's why Spirit is choosing you and is guiding you specifically. I don't know. I'm sorry. I just respect you guys, group number one, so much that, like, yeah, you're unstoppable and you guys don't even know it. All right, we've got the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like you guys, you are more financially abundant and well off than you realize. And I think that, it's a little intimidating when you're trying to stand up to wealthy people or people that seem like they have it all. But understand that a lot of their wealth and accumulations thus far has been made as a result of a house of glass, okay? And there's been a lot of tears and there's been a lot of bloodshed that these people did to acquire that. So there's no loyalty to them. That's why they're fighting so hard for their wealth, because they didn't receive that wealth through appropriate means. So Spirit has no reason to protect any of that from them. Now, some people will be fine that are douchebags and will get away with it. But right now, the energy that's coming through is you guys are going to see a lot of insecure, fake-ass people losing their abundance really, really quickly. Their generational wealth is going to get drained big time. And sometimes you're going to be leading the charge against it because you're going to be like, listen, if you are neglecting and abusing your workers, if you're doing XYZ, then they're going to come work for me and not for you. And you can cry about it when you start losing, since you used to cry, like, tell all of those poor people, those ugly people, those undesirable people, yeah, you're telling them to eat a dick because they actually are human beings that deserve respect. And they are amazing whenever they put their minds to things and not getting treated poorly. So, yeah, can we be friends? Please follow my social media. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching this message. As I said, please be my friend because you seem really cool. If you would like a personal private message or reading, links in the description below. Please like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you all next time. Take care. Thanks for doing good work. Hello, everyone. You have chosen group number 2 with the Angel Aura Quartz. And this is going to be your mystery message from the universe. I don't know why, you guys, whenever I first tapped into your energy, all I heard was laughing. Like, I just feel so good. Maybe you guys have a really positive disposition about the world. Maybe you're like, hey, the world's ending, but you know what? I'm still gonna sit and enjoy my tea and cake. Maybe you guys have a little bit of a whimsy to you. Maybe you like to enjoy the finer things in life, or maybe you just like getting cozy. I definitely feel like you all know deep down within you that you're going somewhere and you're on the right path, even though you don't know where that necessarily is right now. I feel like you guys are just very trusting and believing and have a lot of faith in your life. And I think that's super beautiful. You guys also have a really great support system. I feel like maybe you have a good family support system, or there's something about it where maybe your biological family isn't that great, but you have met some really amazing people and you just have a way of shining light into people's lives. I'm feeling with like abundance, like you guys are the types of people that you're like, man, I'm down on my luck. And then suddenly out of nowhere, someone just drops like twice as much money on you than you anticipated. Or maybe you're not quite at that frequency yet, but maybe it's just this, like, people will just overwhelm you and surprise you all the time with how generous people can be. And then your faith in humanity gets restored and the cycle repeats. I don't know. I feel like you're such a shining light in your communities. And maybe you don't get told it enough, or maybe I'm just the type of person that would give you endless compliments. And you're like I don't really know what to do with that, but thank you, question mark? I don't know, you guys are so sweet. Yeah, I don't know, like, it's interesting because, maybe you guys like video games too, maybe you're an artist of some kind. Like, for some reason, I'm paying attention to my Sonic the Hedgehog rings, where it's like you got 10, so maybe it's like, as you go along your pathway, like as you start accumulating stuff, it's like you level up. That could be something you're going through right now as you're kind of like, as you're accumulating things or as you're learning skills and building things. I also feel like you like to collect like small things. Stuff that's like cute or like interesting to look at. But yeah, you're leveling up right now. I am grateful for the spiritual lesson. Yeah, I feel like you teach people spiritual lessons and receive them at the same time. So, like, sometimes whenever you're, like, being cute and someone, laughs at your outfit, like, you kind of learn to love yourself more, and that other person learns that you can't, like, bring somebody down for being authentic. It's kind of like they're very soft, lighthearted, easy lessons. And I feel like the day to day is, I think that's where you find a lot of your passion, like the daily interactions with people. Like you're very comfortable, maybe not necessarily being in charge of things, but basically just being able to sit back and be like, yeah, okay, I'm going to be here and I'm going to be myself and I'm going to meet people. Like you have such a genuine curiosity about the world. My life is not as together as it seems. Yeah, I don't know if like, I feel like you're just not paying attention to other people's like messes in their lives. You just kind of come in and love everybody equally, and I think that's so appreciated in your community. Again, I don't know if you're very maybe you feel like you're invisible or people don't see you, but a lot of people notice you because you stand out energetically, physically. Again, maybe because you have like a nice eye for good things. When people see that you like the same stuff they like, they're like, oh my gosh, now I can talk to this person. But yeah, like when people talk to you, I don't want to say some of them feel very overwhelmed and emotional because they're like, this person is actually like wanting to talk to me. Like this person's actually having a conversation with me. They're not like judging my clothing. They are not making fun of me for not looking this way or whatever. And man, you guys are just like healing a very deep wound without even realizing it. That is so cool, you guys. Oh, we need to let each other go. Yeah, I feel like you do have a hard time letting go of people that you've helped in the past simply because you're so worried about them. Like, you're literally like, I could definitely see you guys being up late at night being like, man, I wonder how so-and-so is doing because I heard them talk the other day about how they have a bad relationship with their parents, or, this person's got this toxic situationship with their ex, or like maybe they're worried about your financial situation. And like you're just sitting there going like, oh, I really hope they let things go, and I hope this like, but like spirit's just like, hey, like it's okay to worry about these people, but like understand that they're fine, they're on a divine pathway, they're on their own journey, and they're gonna be, I don't want to say they're gonna always be fine, but they are being looked after. Okay, like there's kind of just like this reassurance that like, you sitting there thinking about them at night isn't gonna change their situation, but it's kind of appreciative at the same time, or appreciated. And just understanding that, like, you have needs too, guys. Like, it's okay to worry about other people, but don't let that get in the way of you focusing on yourself and your own journey, I don't know. You guys are just, like, so sweet. I'm like, damn, I'm really excited that you guys are even here because, like, people like you, I feel like your energy is just so coveted because of the standpoint that it's like, it comes, like, being nice comes so natural to you guys and you don't even realize it. And I feel like you evoke a lot of jealousy from other people because they're like, what, like, how can you live on this earth and just see me as a human being and love me as I am? Like, dang, like, you guys are so fortunate and you don't even know it. I love you unconditionally. Yeah, I feel like you know how to tap into the unconditional love of the universe and from yourself. And like, it's kind of strange because you're like, I don't love myself sometimes, or maybe you're like, I don't know. It's just you, like, you have a quiet faith, or you have like just this quiet, loving energy that's always radiating out of you. And yeah, the love that you put out into the world, you receive tenfold. I don't know. You're the kind of person that I'd spend money on. You make me go breaker because I'd just be like, here, have this, and then Spirit would be like, that's not what they want. But I'd be like, take my money. I don't need it. I knew exactly what I was doing. Yeah, you guys need to be careful about forgiving people that are intentionally toxic. I know that they need Jesus and all that, but like they knew what they were doing, okay, when they were hurting you. It was a facade, and I think, I'm seeing with Archangel Michael, he's kind of piping up. He's like, let people who know the difference of who's not safe guide you on who's not safe. Okay, so for example, if someone in your life is coming in and saying, hey, I'm noticing these red flags, this person is not treating you right. And you're like, oh, well, maybe they, like, well, this person seems a little jaded, or this person, doesn't see what I see in them. No, no, okay, like, and, use your discernment about who you listen to. However, I do think that, you guys do need to step up a little bit in terms of not forgiving people that do unforgivable things. You know what I mean? Like, you should not be welcoming a person who's a convicted sex offender into your home when you have kids just because he's on the mends. You know what I mean? Like, there's just like this level of like, that's an extreme example, but what I'm saying is there are certain things on this earth that love and light is not going to fix, and protection is the loving energy. It's not about harming that person, it's not about whatever, but it is about saying, hey, my family, myself deserve to be protected and removed from that frequency. Okay? Let the Archangel Michael type people deal with that stuff. That's not for you to be discerning about, And if spirit wants them to receive love, let spirit do that work, not you guys, okay? This is the Page of Cups. Yeah, there's definitely divine feminine energy. Please make sure that you are refilling your cup and spend some time in nature. Another thing too that you guys, if you're ever feeling drained or needing replenishment, decorate your bodies. I'm seeing you guys, like, sometimes you need to just take the time to do that, have that bath, do the bath bombs, but specifically go the extra mile. Like, make sure your nails are done. Make sure your home environment is beautiful. Like, I feel like even though, yeah, you acquire a lot of beautiful things and you notice it, you don't necessarily always take the time to, like, integrate that into your being. You know what I mean? Because it's like, this is like just beautiful feminine energy. And like, I think sometimes you guys focus on the external with the feminine instead of like actually sometimes just really enjoying your own femininity and pleasuring for yourself. You know what I mean? And let other people love you. Because I think that is a wound in this group too, where allowing other people to love you, like, you know what I mean? Like, if Archangel Michael came up to you, or some hot guy was like, yeah, let me protect you for the day, I'm gonna take care of you, you guys would immediately, like, you wouldn't melt in the way that you're like, oh my gosh, you'd be like, no, 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 it's okay, I don't deserve that, I don't deserve it. Like, excuse me, no, no, no. Like, let people love on you. You know what I mean? Let yourself be treated like the beautiful princess lady that you are, okay? And like, don't be in denial of what you are. You know what I mean? Like, let people take care of you. Let people do things for you, because that's how they're showing love. You know what I mean? That's how they're showing their devotion to you. And, it's okay. I feel like there's just such like a resistance to that energy when it's like, why? Why are you denying receiving something that you deserve? Okay. All right, we've got the tradition, okay? So there's something about, like, maybe you guys are religious or spiritual, maybe you do your meditations every single day, maybe you follow a religion, maybe you're, whatever. I just feel like you guys, you take your belief systems not from one single religion, but from spirit itself. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are so open and expansive, and congratulations to you guys, because this is a hard frequency to master, because humans have a very difficult time being able to discern, what is actually in alignment with spiritual truth as opposed to just following the motions. And you guys, like, you have such a bright energy that brings everyone of all religions and cultures together, and that's so beautiful. Okay, with this white card, I feel like there's something about like a projection into the future. Maybe you guys aren't really certain about what's coming next, but I don't really think you need to. But this is kind of like a cautionary thing where I'm just feeling this energy of like, yeah, the future's going to be beautiful and bright, but you do need to play a little bit more of a role into writing it, especially when, you are divinely protected. And spirit doesn't want you to hold back on the loving gifts that you have right now. Especially right now, we need a lot of people that are loving, and taking action on that love instead of just like trying to stay small. You know what I mean? Like, now is the time to love loudly, to gather together and really support each other. We've got the High Priestess. Okay. And maybe there's sometimes too, like, I definitely get this vibe that maybe you struggle with a mental illness. Maybe you sometimes see shadows, or you can't always think clearly, or you see things in psychedelics. Maybe you guys do use substances to help regulate your mental health. I just feel like, it's okay to be a little afraid of yourself, but like, don't be. I feel like the more you learn about how your brain and body works within itself, you'll be less scared of it. It's kind of like, okay, like this lady's very well put together, but she's got tentacles coming out of her head. It's like sometimes our little gremlins do not show up like what we were taught is normal. But if everybody had tentacles coming out of their head, then it would still be considered normal, right? You just lost access to the community that could tell you what's going on. And some stuff is just unique to you, and you just got to learn the difference. And obviously take care of your mental health, of course. All right, so you got the 5 of Wands in reverse. And I feel like you're going to stop fighting yourself pretty soon. I don't know if maybe sometimes you guys are very conflicted between doing the right thing and the wrong thing versus what you're being called to do. And I think things are just going to move a lot smoother when you start overcoming this inner battle or these choices that you've made. Again, like there's something about like, you're like, well, how can I receive love from people and money and stuff when I know that there's other people suffering? And like, that's not the point of the frequency, and that's not the point of receiving the love. Okay? Because your body and your mind and soul deserves that frequency to build you up so that way you can then spread more love. All right? There's like an imbalance here of believing that because I'm receiving something someone else is not receiving, and that's lack mindset. All right? Because allow the spirit to enter you, and then the love you pour out will then be multiplied tenfold. Okay, so that's understanding true divine feminine frequency. It's about multiplying love that's already been received. Okay, and it has nothing to do with money and all this other stuff. Like, again, if you're sitting there trying to dictate how that money manifests for other people, that's not your job. Okay, because we all know there's a difference between the people that are using their financial situation for gain and the ones that are receiving it from a frequency that's higher than our understanding. And you know the difference. So it's okay to be doted on. All right, gonna wrap it up soon. Let's get into some of the other cards. We've got non-binary and non-conforming. Yeah, you are not conforming to whatever society tells you, and that's such a beautiful thing. Support your non-binary people. I'm living a double life. Don't doubt your intuition. Yeah, if you're constantly questioning people's intentions, don't. Because your intuition is probably what you should be listening to first. Because if your intuition is telling you, yep, this person's like that, just rely on it. You guys are already at a level where you don't need to be questioning yourself every single time. Say what you need to say. Don't hold back. Yeah, it's okay to stand up for yourself sometimes, guys. Make sure that you express your needs and wants. And like, even if it's something as small, basically saying, hey, could you turn the thermostat up, please? Like, it's okay. Please do that more, okay? You deserve it. Something that defies rationality. Only art and feelings can reach me. Yeah! Again, immerse yourself in art. I think that will be really restorative to you. Take it easy on them, Tiger. Yeah, it's okay. Like, take it easy on... I feel like take it easy on yourself. And, a lot of the social stuff that you're seeing around, it's like, you know what? Just relax. I know the world seems like it's on fire right now, but, like, this group, don't fight it. Don't force anything. Just, basically let Pile 1 take care of it. All right, you guys, you don't really need to do that much. Okay, just continue to be a loving beacon and let everybody else take care of the messy stuff. Shit, girl, go get some therapy. I mean, that one's pretty direct, okay? Let me inside. I want all that you are. Yeah. Like, don't let everybody inside, but, like, seriously, like, if you've got a very loving, grounded, gentle person that wants to open up and expand you, like, maybe you're just associating being opened up in a certain kind of way as terrifying and violating, but, like, there are ways to be opened up in ways that are so expansive to you that you probably never experienced it. Let that frequency come in and help you, okay? Like, it's okay to be gentle with yourself and allowing other people to do things for you. Because sometimes they can do it better than you, or it could also just be allowing yourself to receive instead of constantly needing to put yourself out there. I know it's a hard thing, too, if you've been hurt really bad, but, like, let spirit inside first, okay? Spirit might be the first test to doing that instead of with humans. It's hard to say I'm sorry when I'm so in love with you. You didn't deserve the sadness. Yeah, I think that's kind of like some BS that someone's told you. Being like, I'm so in love with you, so I did this bad thing to you. No. No, that's BS. Okay, don't cry over me. I love you still, damn it. Yeah, some of you guys are crying over people that are still in love with you. That didn't change. This goes for friends, family, other people. Like, I feel like you guys just cry a lot for the world, and it's like everyone just wants to like rub your back and say like it's okay. You are such a kind, gentle, caring soul, but my God, like please, please don't cry. It hurts everybody. We can feel it from across the room that you're crying inside. Like, stop. It hurts. I feel like you get masculine. Like, if you cried in front of like a group of men, they would literally be like, do we gotta start World War III for group number 2? Okay, anyways, here is your songs. We've got Dawn by Echo Black, Lost by Acres, and One in a Million by Breathe Electric. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for sticking around for this message. I will see you all next time. Please like and subscribe, and if you want to book me for a personal reading, link is in the description below. Take care, and I'll see you all next time. Hello, everyone. You have chosen group number 3, which is the Lapis Lazuli group. And this is going to be your mystery reading. What are messages from the universe to you? And let's see what's going to come out. These piles have been pretty random, so I don't really have a gauge for what this is going to be about. I do know off the bat this pile needs to kind of breathe a little bit more, take some time in nature, just really like sit and focus on being in the moment. I feel like you're always anticipating something coming your way. So I don't know if you have anxiety or there's some kind of a paranoia with this group where you're like, I gotta know what's coming next. So you watch a lot of these pick a card readings, or you're just like, what does Christian have to say? You know, because they always know what to tell me at this moment. And it's like, breathe, guys. Breathe. Like, missing out on a tarot reading is not going to change the fact that XYZ thing happened, okay? Like, you're gonna be okay. You know, you're not... Like, if anything, you need to stop pressuring yourself for why things are happening the way that they are. I don't know if you guys took the whole idea of, like, in the spiritual community, there's a lot of talk about you create your reality and you manifested this and blah, blah, and you guys kind of took it to an extreme. I feel like that's such, like, a toxic mentality that they throw around in the spiritual community because they aren't fully aware of the human psyche when they're discussing that stuff. And since there's a lot of mentally ill people that rely on spirituality to connect with the world around them and make sense of what's going on in their body, mind, and spirit. And with you guys, group number 2, I feel like no one's actually explained to you that there's a lot of stuff you followed that was just gimmicks. You know, people regurgitating stuff that people more spiritually powerful than them have perpetuated, and it's not really useful to you guys. And so that's where, like, for example, all this anxiety and everything, like, again, maybe you are experiencing hardship in your life, maybe you are experiencing spiritual changes that are real, but I do feel like there's a lack of discernment with what's going on in the spiritual communities that you engage with. Again, I'm just an independent person who is just doing my tarot readings or whatever, and I typically rely on my audience having a level of discernment that they use my readings to help clarify things for themselves. I specifically create these readings to be self-help, okay? So that way you can discern using your own frequency and own ability to channel things to get what they need. You guys, on the other hand, you're very trusting in giving the power over to the tarot reader, which you shouldn't be doing if you're actually trying to get more into a spiritual enlightenment frequency that is... I'm hearing the word perfect, and it's like, maybe you guys have a very hard time discerning what is spiritual. So one of the things I'm looking at, I had this in another reading too, where I have this Archangel Michael statue here, And it's gold and it's beautiful, but I know it's made of plastic. You know what I mean? This cost me like what? I think I paid like 35 bucks, but it's probably only worth like, it took them maybe $15 to make, you know? And I'm looking at the gold in it and it's just spray paint. You know what I mean? And I think you guys really have a hard time discerning what is like actual spirituality, because not gonna lie, there's a lot of schemes out there that are showing you like, well, this is how you manifest money quickly, or this is how you do this and whatever, when it's really just like posing as natural spiritual wealth. Because true spiritual people, they're not even like it's almost like you guys went to the wrong convention. But because the person's wearing a suit and tie, you're immediately believing everything they say. And I feel bad, because I really think you guys should stop spending so much money on specific kinds of tarot readers, especially when you guys receive all the same message. The reason why you're receiving all the same message is because they're not actually channeling things. I'm sorry. You'll know this when you get into this industry, because I'm saying, having worked in it for a while now, there's a reason why it's generic. Because it makes people feel good, and it can be spiritual to a certain degree, but a lot of it's smoke and mirrors, guys. Anyways, so let's see what's going on with y'all's cards, okay? Because you got a bunch of songs, because music might be really important to you guys. It will help you connect to yourself, and music is also a really great way to channel messages from spirit that are meant for you. Just don't, like, take it easy a little bit, because sometimes, you know, when you look at Spotify algorithms, if it's playing the same song on repeat, that's not necessarily a message from spirit. However, if you are listening to a song that comes up and you're suddenly really feeling something in your heart space, that's a pretty clear sign that it's something from spirit, okay? And your spirit guides are trying to channel something to you. Or, you know, like if you do YouTube algorithms, again, be careful, because algorithms can be self-biased. And I feel like with this group, because when you get anxious, you want security, and there are other ways of finding security within yourself first before tying in spirituality and thinking it's from the divine. Just understand and be aware that that's what's going on. You were the best thing in my life. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are like, you, oh, this is like such beautiful energy, you guys. Group D, like, I definitely feel like you're just looking for your soulmate, okay? You're looking for that divine love in another person, okay? Like, and I feel like you guys are so passionate and devoted to this energy, and you're like, you're the best thing in my life. You know what I mean? Like, you really do have a genuine loving frequency that is so hard to match in today's dating market. And I think that's why you are so focused on maybe your romantic journey, or like trying to avoid a partnership because you're afraid of things being ruined and whatnot. But it's like, I want you guys to understand that there's not such a thing as like a perfect human being, okay? Even if you got like the stereotypical heartthrob dream man, he's a human being who farts and shits like everyone else, okay? He's gonna do things that are gonna annoy you. And I think you guys have an unrealistic expectation of what your perfect human fantasy is gonna be like. Because I feel like you're manifesting something divine, but you're looking at all the wrong places. Like, you're not actually doing divine, like, you are not acting in divinity in your behaviors and thoughts and words and deeds. You know, it's kind of like being like, okay, I'm gonna like do my meditation and I'm gonna do my yoga, and then like, where's my man? You know what I mean? It's kind of like you're checking off boxes instead of like actually being present with your life. And that's what like the big part of it is. It's about doing the work. It's going inward. It's about like reflection. It's about being like, okay, am I wearing these clothes and outfits because I like them and I want to wear them? Or is it because that's what I saw everyone else is wearing? Am I following a social script, or am I like following what I need, you know? And suddenly, as you start doing that more, that best person in your life is not going to be the focal point anymore. And I'm not saying you're not going to get this person, because I definitely feel like you are meant to have a person, but like, you need to be in your body first, and you need to be a little bit more real with yourself, because like right now it's all fantasy, and fantasy can become reality, but you need to fantasize in the 3D, not the 5D. Especially if you're having dreams about this person. Oh my god, like, your dreams are trying to show you what this person's like. Like, you don't need to like have all of these signs and signals bombarding you every single day. It's not like you're gonna lose a person that's meant for you just because you aren't constantly thinking about them. I do feel like you guys are afraid that if you make one false move, you're not going to receive your person, when that's not how life works. If a person that is that special and important in your life and is divinely being guided to you, one little misstep in your life is not going to keep this person away. Now, big missteps, like if you abuse somebody, if you do some really terrible things, that's going to throw things off. But, like, you guys are sitting there worried that, like, you're not going to show up to a tarot reading session, or you're not going to, like, get the right job that's going to, or be at the right place. It's like, guys, that's not how it works. Okay, you got to, like, focus less on what you desire and what you want in the moment a little bit more, and also, like, building a life that you desire that will facilitate a person you want. And again, stop making them the focal point, because there's something you're neglecting and avoiding in yourself, because I think the fantasy person that you thought you wanted was actually you. And then when you start living to be the person that you were fantasizing about, then the person that's supposed to be for you is going to show up. I'm just saying, spoiler alert, maybe that, like, the dream man that you want is somebody you actually want to be like. Okay? But that doesn't mean that they're your person. The timing just wasn't right for us. Yeah, some of you guys are like, the one that got away. You were the best thing in my life. Yeah, I think you're devoting yourself to somebody that wasn't that great. Again, if something tragic happened and it kept you away, then that's not your person. I'm sorry, like, if you've ever had a man in love with you, I'm sorry, y'all, if you've never experienced this, like, good luck trying to get rid of them. That's all I'm saying. Like, good luck. Because, like, yeah, they'll respect the distance between you, but by God, like, they're gonna be pursuing you like nobody's business. Okay? And in this case, with you and your dream person, they're not gonna need to, because you're gonna be like, okay, and then it's all gonna be happy. It's not gonna be this whole dramatic, like, 50-year chase thing. That's not... No. Like, if you're doing that, you're just preventing your dream person from coming your way. Okay, I'm just saying, like, because they're like, shit, she's stuck in that cycle again, and so now I have to sit and wait another 10 years for the love of my life to come in my lap, okay? Like, don't be that guy. I wonder if you're happy without me. Yeah, you're so concerned about what other people feel for you. Who cares? Okay, that's their feelings, that's their thoughts, that's their business. You just want to be cared about. You want other people to miss you because you're missing you. All of the stuff you're projecting on other people is what you feel towards yourself, because you're not showing up for you. You're prioritizing everybody else. And this is creating this resentment. I regret the time we lost. Yeah, this is like you to yourself. You regret the times that you could have been, like, putting on your makeup and dressing the way you actually wanted to, or doing the things that actually were important to you, but instead you were trying to fit in and play safe. Or, like, I have to make money tonight. I can't go out and hang out. And you lost a lot of time. I'm sorry, you did. And that's really sad. But, like, we want to get you back on track, guys. It's not like your life's completely over. Okay? There's really amazing people out there that need to meet you. Okay? Like, we're trying to, like, hype you up to get you back on track. We have, I know you were having trouble trusting. Yeah! I know... deep down in your soul, your heart is pure. But, like, faith doesn't come from fantasy. It has a base to it. You know what I mean? Like, think about all the times in the past where somebody randomly came in and gave you exactly what you needed. Like, I feel like you're looking for these grand gestures. Like, you're anticipating winning the lottery. You're anticipating, like, that fateful encounter where everything's gonna, like, explode and make your eyes go goo-goo and whatever. No. You get divinity through every single day living. In the small ways, in the big ways, but specifically the small ways build up to the big ways. And that's why you're having a hard time dating, is because if you can't handle the small every day and see the red flags in those, then yeah, it's not until the big red flags hit that you're going to miss out on all this other stuff that you already knew was true. And then you're getting mad at yourself when it's like, no, look at everyday behavior. Does this person buy you flowers? Does this person talk to you about their feelings? Do they consider you in their decision making? If it's a no, then it should be a no right there. Literally, half of relationships is you just wanting to live normal life with another person, and they just integrate naturally. Now, even if you don't have a normal life, you should still have a certain level of balance to know that, like, hey, I don't deserve to get cussed out. I don't deserve XYZ, you know, and let your spirit guide teams take care of it. You know, the more you radiate and or ruminate and focus on this old bullshit, the further it keeps you away from where you're going, because then you're just making yourself stuck. Please don't blame yourself. Yeah, it's like at the same time, like, yeah, okay. Like when I'm saying these words to you, I'm not blaming you. I'm just showing you what's happening. Okay? Like, you're not supposed to take this information and then use it as another knife to stab in your own back. You're supposed to take it and say, okay, how do I objectively hold this truth that I was just given? How do I integrate that into what my experience is and do so in a loving way? You know? Just because someone says something a little harsh doesn't necessarily mean that they're mad at you, or that they're doing something to hurt you, or that you're a bad person. Why is it that when you receive something that you don't like to hear, that your first thought is, I'm getting hurt? Are you actually getting hurt? Is it from someone you trust? Because clearly you trusted me. I see it in your frequency, you trust me. So why are you having this reaction? Ask yourself that, and then reflect back. And say, okay, I know that this person does genuinely care about me. I get to choose, is this feedback or piece of information I received from someone, is this authentic to my experience? Is there some truth here, or isn't there? Okay? And then being able to do that self-reflection will then give you the result you're looking for. Because I'm not saying everything I say is right, but it should cause you to question something. You take it, synthesize it, and then respond back. That is all you need to do, is just have an authentic response back that does not require you hurting yourself. Hurting yourself is not self-love, it's not self-care, and it doesn't actually benefit you, because a lot of people learn self-harm to self-regulate and to self-discipline instead of doing self-discipline from a positive energy, which is what you need and your body and your mind needs. I wish you love and happiness. A lot of people do, guys. Like, the universe wants to wish you love and happiness, but it's like every time someone like gives you flowers or gives you something light, you just kind of shut it down because it's not this person, you know? And this is just a reminder to say, like, hey, you should wish love and happiness on yourself in the small things and in the big things, but the small things are where you're kind of lacking, okay? And I get it's hard, all right? But like, this addiction is not just you, but it's a societal one. It's something that we've been conditioned to believe, that we're only whole unless we have our other half. And a lot of society doesn't actually know how to handle having a committed relationship. All right, look at the state of society. Okay, let's be honest. Like, yeah, it's a romanticized thing, but like only the real people that have done the work deserve to have that kind of like fantasy love. A lot of people just want it to be handed to them, and it's like, sorry, it doesn't work that way. I watch you with your family. Yeah. This person that actually authentically loves you is going to be a family member to you. They're going to be doing the things a family member would do and say. You know, they're not going to just show up and give you flowers. They're going to be the one that is going to do the small things. They're going to fix your car or fill it with gas without you asking. They're going to take care of not just you, but your friends. That's a big one. I don't know too many people that their significant other is willing to go out and support their friends or the friends of their significant other. I don't know why. That's a detail that y'all need to cause your people to step up. You can break generational patterns. Yeah, like this is part of your journey and path, guys. Is you're breaking generational patterns of neglecting the person you're supposed to be with for chasing a fantasy. Because this is a thing in therapy called a healing fantasy that you stay stuck in, that will always keep you trapped and has kept your family trapped for generations. You know, because, oh, well, the fantasy is what keeps me going, right? But if spirit has somebody for you, there's a lot of times where people have met their person and they just walk right on by because they didn't open themselves and allow the energy because they were too busy chasing, you were the best thing in my life, putting all of their energy into that one person. And it's okay to admit it to yourself. Don't beat yourself up because, again, this has been generationally ingrained for both men and women and queer people. But the timing wasn't right for that union, but now it is. For this group, it is your time for that union now. It is time to get your break. And I wonder if you're happy without me and to tell you about your significant other. No. They are not happy without you. They'll make life okay, but it would be a lot better to hear from you. So please get out of this old cycle. Please stop ruminating about douchebag Joe. And, like, I know you're having a hard time trusting because, again, you've been misled down a lot of spiritual paths and whatever, but you know there's something there. And that is what you got to hold on to. And remind yourself that whenever you get that knowing back, that's when it's meant for you. When it's being reflected back to you. If it's not being reflected back, don't take it. If they're being shitty to other people, don't take it. If they are not working on themselves as a result of seeing how great you are, then don't accept it. That's not the kind of love you want for yourself. Sorry, I'm preaching a little bit, but man, I need to get that off my chest. Please don't go away. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you can still be spiritual, guys. Like, just because you're feeling distrustful of spirituality doesn't mean you should walk away from it. I think just adopting a pattern of spirituality that is healthier for you. So maybe instead of doing tarot readings or watching tarot, go out in nature and meditate for a little bit. Draw, journal, talk with a friend. Like, get involved in spiritual things and communities that are not just sitting and spreading love and light. I mean, you can if that helps you, but, like, I feel like you guys need, like, the real, like, life-changing, like, feeling. Like, just really getting in tune with yourself. Talk to a therapist, touch yourself, eat good food. Like, there's a lot of normal living that you need to get reattached to and start integrating spirituality in the everyday. Include it in your cup of coffee. Include it in the way you dress yourself. Include it in all these things. But please don't go away from this because you're not getting what you want. There's so much more to life that you're missing out on that you're not going to even notice when this person comes into your life because you're already going to be so fulfilled. Okay? That's what we want to get you to, is so blissed out on just being alive and being okay again. And I think that is a really great thing because you will get the relationship. You already know you're going to win it, so then why are you worried? You know? Your love sends me to the moon and back. Yeah! You know what I mean? You light up this other person's life. This person you're manifesting. Like, but it's about your love. And I think right now your love isn't an action in every day. It's just like an action that's only in the love category in your brain for romances. It's like you don't have that zest in all areas of your life anymore. Maybe you used to as a kid, but not as an adult. If God could save the world, I wouldn't care. If God let you die, I wouldn't let myself believe in him anymore. Sorry, I read that weird. If God could save the world, I wouldn't care. Because if God let you die, I wouldn't let myself believe in him anymore. Yeah, like you're kind of like, maybe you had a soulmate in the past that passed away, and now you're like, well, I'm never going to find love or happiness again. Maybe a relationship that you thought was this ethereal spiritual thing didn't work out, and you're like, well, God doesn't exist now. I don't care. I'm not going to let myself believe in spirituality anymore. That's... Like I said, this industry is so convoluted with people that are desperate for healing and love that you just way too much put romance on a pedestal that it doesn't need to be at. It's not balanced, and I think you guys need to just get a little bit more of a grip on what actually makes you happy. What are you externalizing to other people's existence, and what is for you and your individual frequency, because you guys are not celebrating your unique journey, your unique frequency, and what is meant for you specifically. Stop taking generic, general bullshit messages. I don't care what your astrology sign is. I don't care what you think you were supposed to be, because clearly in these cards they're telling me that you're not. Okay? You're not. So stop telling yourself that. Because then you're only going to get ordinary and you're going to continue to get bullshit. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, if a zebra walked into a ranch full of normal-ass horses and kept being like, why the fuck don't I fit in? Yeah, because zebras are supposed to be met with other zebras. So why do you keep telling yourself that you're a horse? Duh. I'll give you my heart and soul if you'd let me. Yeah, you guys need to like, your person doesn't want that. I'm sorry, you guys have a habit of like really imposing like all of yourself on another person who doesn't need it. Like, this loving person is like, no. Like, I'm sorry, like, no offense, guys. I'm gonna give you the perspective of the person on the other side. Like, if I love somebody unconditionally and wholeheartedly, I would be embarrassed if you tried to do the same self-sacrificing bullshit towards me. Because I'm like, first of all, I'm an adult that can take care of myself. You, like, taking chunks of your being and try to throw them at me tells me that you don't like yourself. Like, from a healthy standpoint, I'm like, it would be like you sitting there running up to me and being like, oh my gosh, I heard you're suicidal and blah, blah, blah. And I thought you were going to hurt yourself and no. And, like, to me, I'm like, well, yeah, I was. But, like, you're looking at me from, like, 3 years ago. That's not where I'm at today. And if you actually wanted to come and talk to me about that stuff, you would have been holding my hand through that situation. I can take care of myself just fine. But you believing that you just ripping out chunks of you and giving that to me, like, I don't fucking want that. I'm sorry. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, and to me, on this side of the house, I resent the fact that you're hurting yourself and claiming that's love. You know what I mean? Like, I want you to be out there having fun and doing great things. Yeah, I need to work on myself right now. Yes, I'm happy without you. But I don't want to be around that kind of energy. Because I know that it's harmful to both of us when you're like that. And it turns me off. Okay? Damn. Y'all. I like your person. I like your person's energy. Let them lie. They don't need our truth. You're mine and mine only. Yeah, like, whatever's meant for you is for you. Let other people lie about you. Let the tarot readers lie. You don't have to go out and start, like, boycotting other tarot readers. This is just a spiritual lesson that everybody has to go through to elevate, okay? Because truth is really kind of a bullshit word when you get down to it. But, like, stop pretending the whole mine and mine only. Like, well, okay. Like, I'm gonna go be with someone else until I know that you're in the right headspace for us. You know? And, like, trying to act all possessive only hurts both of us when we both know that we're meant for each other. But if we're gonna act all territorial and controlling, then we're not gonna get what either of us want, right? Because it's not coming from love. It's coming from a frequency of lack and not understanding the other person and fantasizing about the other person instead of just accepting where they're at. God's got a plan for us. I can feel it. Yeah! God's got a plan for all this stuff, guys. It's all gonna work out. Okay, so you got the Justice card, which immediately I'm thinking of Monster. Yeah, so some of you guys, you gotta start acknowledging your inner demons that are protecting you. You've got, maybe you're a Scorpio. Or you're in love with a Scorpio trying to understand this mysterious energy. We've got this knife here. Yeah, because I'm seeing, like, the stinging tail. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm sorry. Maybe this is me and my Scorpio energy, but, like, we all kind of know that you're a little full of shit when you're trying to act all, like, spiritual and stuff. I feel like I'm calling myself out and calling other people out at the same time. It's wonderful. But it's, like, literally, like, you're sitting there going, like, oh, I'm this smiling, cute empath. I'm this, like, whatever, really great person. And then everyone's looking at the knife that you have, like, standing, hanging above your head. And it's like, I'm not going to kiss this thing when I know that it's trying to stab me behind my back. And a lot of it's like, you're like, oh my God, I don't do that to people. I was like, yes, you do. You're just blind to it. And you're not facing that wound. It's not that you're a bad person. Everybody's got these gremlins. It's just because of your sense of justice and you always trying to balance the scales because of how you've been hurt in the past, you aren't acknowledging the knife that's you're hanging above everybody else around you. Okay? Like, we love Scorpios, but my God, like, you can't be always walking around like you have a loaded gun and then expect people to act warm and welcoming towards you and fuzzy. You know what I mean? Like, it's not safe for people. And you're showing people that you're not safe for people. So they're taking that at face value. So stop trying to, like, whatever. And even if you are not a Scorpio, you guys are seeing this reflection because you're attracted to a person like that. So why are you ignoring the knife that's standing above them? Why are you just like, oh, I'm brave, I'm strong, I can take the wounds that you have and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, you fucking can't. That's the conundrum here. That is the conundrum, is that you can't take it. You say it, but that's only because it's a fantasy. If you were actually sitting there dealing with their bullshit, you'd be like, oh, hell no. Hell no, what are you doing? And then the person that said, okay, I opened up to you, and then you're like, wow, look at you, full of shit, as always. You know what I mean? So, you're at a stalemate. And, like, really, you just gotta let go of the justice shit. Understand that two scorpions cannot mix when they're always anticipating stabbing each other. It's maybe said, instead of seeing each other as monsters, see each other as friends. Get back in touch with your body. Tame your demons. I mean, like, look at how cute this monster is, alright? Like, I want that to be my pet, okay? But, like, he's gotta learn how to, like, you gotta discipline the monster first. You gotta show the monster, hey, like, we can be friends, you just can't be stabbing everybody. You know? It's okay. You've got the Six of Wands in reverse. Yeah, something's coming back to you. Again, this feels like twin flame energy, so maybe if you have a twin flame, you know, they're coming back, but, like, normally you're like, oh, this is gonna be victorious. This feels like... this is such a weird energy, because Six of Wands upright, it's all about being victorious, and in the reverse, it's supposed to be like, yeah, maybe there's some shame, maybe... In this case, this feels like a lackluster victory. It's kind of like if you were arguing with somebody about morality or whatever, and they're like, okay, you won. Like, you were right. And then you just walk away. It's kind of like, yeah, you were right, but, like, at what cost? You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I don't know, I'm just, like, thinking of something where it's like, yeah, this person's, like, toxic and abusive, and you responded in that way, and it's like, this person's suffering. Like, yeah, it's just, like, this high and mighty energy that I think wasn't serving you. And I think you just gotta let things go a little bit, just take your win and leave. But I feel like this person's gonna show you an aspect of yourself that you've been ignoring. And that desire to win and be the good person or the protector or the savior is not working out in this connection. But, like, again, like, there's some kind of a weird sneaky energy to this too, right? Like, I don't feel like when this person comes back to you, they're not gonna be fully honest with you. I think there's gonna be walls up, there's gonna be a lot of projecting, but, like, I think you're gonna still come out successful. But again, what is the cost of success? You really want to hurt this person again? Are you really trying to solve things, or are you just trying to fight again? You know, I think you need to determine what's going on with this person, why your knife is up. And I don't think it's because of them being hurt. I think it has everything to do with something you don't want to face. And you not wanting to discipline this. Because you're like, oh, it's a cute puppy. No. No, you're hurting people. Stop it. Stop it. Even if they can take it, it doesn't matter. It's kind of like if you're watching, like, if Mike Tyson, like if you slapped Mike Tyson, it's like, okay, yeah, like, it's not gonna hurt him that much, but, like, do you really want to slap Mike Tyson? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight, but it's kind of just like, really? You call that a win? That's what this energy feels like. It's like, okay, yeah, you beat Mike Tyson. Yeah. Alright, this was in the reverse. Finally, we've got the Three of Cups in reverse, which is all about friendship. Yeah, again, some of this winning energy. I think you need to just let loose a little bit with these cats. I don't know if you maybe need to go adopt a cat, guys. Go get a fuzzy buddy. Go, like, have some fun. Get creative. Get spontaneous. There's definitely kind of just this dull energy of, like, maybe you just need to quietly have fun, not, like, share it with the world. Like, do, like, some fun activities that are more, like, slowed down. You know, like, maybe for some of you guys it's knitting and sewing. Maybe for some of you guys it's like, let's just sit inside, drink beers, and play video games. But, like, not, like, violent video games. Something that's, like, actually, like, kind of like Animal Crossing, or something that's, like, you guys just need to do something that gets you in touch with your feminine. And if you're a masculine energy, find out what femininity means to you. Because I think, like, for you guys, you think femininity is like, oh, these sexy boobied women with flowers in her hair and all that. And it's like, it's not coming from, like, an actual feminine frequency, because that is actually a masculine frequency. I'm sorry, I don't care what your teachers or gurus taught you. That's basically, if you've got a cock, more than likely, there's a lot of generational misconstruing. And it's the same way with the feminine. The feminine is learning more about the authentic masculine. But I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of BS around that energy. And I'm like, with you guys, I think, because you might have some internalized misogyny too, you're not actually connected. Again, man or woman. Some of you guys, you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta, like, you know, do all this feminine stuff when really it's masculine energy and you have no idea. Anyways, this reading is getting long, so I'm just, if you want more information, book me for a message. Call me, whatever. Let's talk about it and have an interesting discussion about it. Here are the songs for your pile. I'll have some links in the description. We've got, god damn it, I'm sorry. Dwermate, As Tall as Lions. Stuck Inside My Head by The Graduate. You Want to Know, Don Bracco. Oh my god. All right, I already know who's watching this. Hi. Okay. All right, Baba O'Reilly by The Who. Don't Let Go by Jamie N. Commons. And Bang by Armchair Cynics. Man, I already know who's watching this reading. All right, maybe this is me projecting, but anyways, though, if y'all enjoyed this message, please like and subscribe, comment down below, and yeah, book me for a personal reading if you want more information, or just you could just talk to me. That could save us a lot of time. Anyways, I will see you all next time. Take care. See you around. Hello everyone, you have chosen group number 4, and you have selected the Rhodonite Crystal, and this is going to be your mystery message from the universe. Right off the bat, I'm like, y'all are hypercritical of yourself. I was looking at the back of this card here, with these skulls, and they're terrifying, and I was sitting there going like, oh, this is going to be my darker energy pile, or someone who's got a lot to say, but you're not saying it. Your mystery message, I don't know if I'm going to be channeling your messages. Maybe you make other people nervous, because of this darker frequency. Yeah, I just feel like you don't have a lot of friends, group number 4. And, like, not real authentic friends. Like, there's the scorpionic energy that I sensed in the last pile. This pile, y'all are on some other level. I don't even think you realize it. Because some of you guys, you struggle with mental illnesses that prevent you from self-reflecting. Some of you guys are preventing yourself from seeing the light intentionally as a form of self-harm. Maybe you guys did drugs and got possessed, or, like, I do feel this energy of, like, y'all don't know how to spiritually protect yourselves. Because it's like, I don't know, some of it's the energy of, like, yeah, I practiced Satanism in high school, and, like, I don't believe in God, so, like, it doesn't matter, and then you got spiritually latched onto by something. I just feel like because of whatever mental illness you guys have, or whatever happened to you, or your frequency, you just don't care. Like, you don't want to hear it. Once again, I'm surprised this pile, like, I'm surprised y'all's energy keeps coming back. Just from the standpoint of, I don't understand why you like talking to me, unless you're, like, got a weird obsession, or maybe you're just trying to connect to something that you can't see. Because I feel like you guys, even though you may be atheists, I feel like you guys are spiritual in some realm. Like, maybe you are a darker frequency. And, I mean, I don't judge. I mean, like, at the end of the day, like, I know who I work with. I'm always saying, you know, I work with the highest good of myself and all living beings, but, like, you're obviously here talking to me, so I'm gonna give you the messages that Spirit wants me to channel for y'all. And if it slaps, and if it hits, and if it hurts, then okay, you asked for it. Anyways, I'm starting to understand our connection. Yeah, so maybe some of you guys, you're understanding why you're connected to either myself or to other spiritual people. I feel like there's times where you're not always aware of why you do the things that you do. I think there is appreciation now for certain spiritual things. So for example, like, maybe someone was kind to you and you used to be very angry or anxious about it because you're like, why are they manipulating me? Why are they doing, like, I definitely see, like, there's like a a very rigid line of thinking that now when you're like, I think maybe because you've done some self-care, maybe you took some past advice, or maybe you had like a mini breakthrough, you're like, oh, I think I'm starting to see why I'm drawn to that person. I'm starting to understand why I'm drawn towards that. And a lot of it's because you're recognizing it's a reflection of yourself, right? You're actually starting to integrate things about yourself that you like that this old anxious frequency can no longer sustain, because you're like, well, actually, I am kind of cool. I am smart and funny. Or like there's something about like you always knew you were smart, but it's like the piece of you that wasn't like coming from this death energy is no longer like serving you, if that makes any sense. So now you're kind of like, okay. Like, for example, I keep looking at Archangel Michael and it's kind of like my vision seems like a little blurry, where it's like now you're kind of like, okay, I can actually like maybe, for example, whenever you saw something Christian oriented, or maybe when you saw tarot readings, or maybe you saw things, you used to get very, very upset. And since you made the choice to sit and listen to either something I've said or what someone else said, you kind of went, okay, that actually makes sense. You know, and I mean, I can speak from my own frequency, you know, like I'm not here to manipulate people. I'm here to just do my thing, right? And I think that this pile in particular, y'all are used to people that use religion and spirituality as a weapon. And I'm very much of the frequency that it's like, listen, I ain't got nothing to hide. I'll just show you what I'm doing. And like, if it's actual spiritual energy, it will not hurt you. That's not the intention. And again, because maybe you did stuff in the past, like you got really hurt. Or as I said, like if you're an atheist, you're kind of just like, well, what is it that causes you guys to continue to do this? I'm very fascinated. And so when things resonated with you, you're like, oh, maybe there actually is something here, because clearly Chris is not being selective. I'm like, yeah, maybe y'all went through and watched my videos from beginning to end, and like every single pile has a different thing. Like I'm not repeating and regurgitating stuff. So it is channeling. Now I've got scientific things that I can bring in, but I'm not going to talk about that today. Back to the cards, because I'm trying to keep this under 10 minutes. Or 10 minutes. I feel you leaving me behind. Yeah, I don't know if you left somebody behind, or maybe you're leaving yourself behind. You're leaving this old frequency. And it's hard for you because you're kind of like, you're having some regrets, but I think it's kind of a good transformation that you're leaving this version of you behind. You know, because it's like, no offense, like some of this darker energy stuff, like some of the shit you've been doing could have gotten you killed. If you were like with the wrong person, someone would be messing you up. Or there's something inside of you that like is an act of like, you could accidentally kill yourself. You could actually do things that could really be irreversible. And so, I don't know, I'm kind of thankful that you're here, first of all. I'm thankful that you guys made better choices for yourselves. Because that has nothing to do with spirituality. I mean, okay, it does, but like, to me, like, I genuinely care that you guys are making good decisions for yourselves. You don't have to buy into Loki or God or Christianity or whatever. Like, I genuinely care how you guys are doing. And even if you were kind of an asshole in the past, like, that's not my job to judge that. And I mean, I'm still a human being. I'll still judge you. But like, to me, it's like this feeling like you're getting left behind. I feel like you guys are like, well, maybe you were left behind by the good people, or the people that were supposed to be the love and lighters. You know what I mean? Like, you're looking at all these spiritual people and you're sitting there like, okay, I was literally tortured and humiliated and like all these horrible things happened to me, and you guys didn't do shit for me. Why in the hell would I follow spirituality? You know what I mean? Y'all are fake. Y'all are whatever. And I feel you leaving me behind, though. Like, this kind of feels like, it's kind of like a weird healing frequency, if that makes sense. Where it's like, you're starting to understand maybe why people did leave you. Because when you started to integrate your past together and started putting the pieces together, you're suddenly like, oh, like, they did leave me behind. But it wasn't for the reasons that I thought. You know, I thought it was because they were fake and they were like, oh, I didn't like those kinds of people, or people who look like me, or blah, 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 or like because they're high and mighty. And it's like, no, It's kind of because you dropped some really traumatic lore on people or you did things to hurt them. And you just needed a higher level of frequency to help you understand what's going on. Because not a lot of people have the capacity to do this. And, oh, I just feel like my mouth is like closing up. It's like, I just feel like you guys need guidance from yourselves. And I think you're learning that yourself isn't always the best guide all the time. And, you know, we're imperfect human beings. That's kind of part of the journey. You know, that's what spiritually is about, is growth. You know, a lot of people turn it into like love and family and money and all this other shit. But really it's about the journey of growth. You know, and again, from the atheist perspective, to me, it's like, well, a lot of what you're experiencing and witnessing from other people, you just don't get it. You're watching something that you don't understand because you're not connected to it. You know? And here's the thing, you are connected to it. That's why you're here. But you're just not understanding how it reflects on the brain, if that makes sense. I don't know. You're going to have like some kind of a spiritual awakening. I'm calling it. I am calling it right now. It's just that I think you guys don't understand spirituality because you're so used to like the tangible things. My life is not as together as it seems. Yeah, I think you guys kind of like, there was like a piece of you that was very stubborn about admitting that you were not the best. Like, you are not the pinnacle of society, like everybody taught you. Like, I don't know if you grew up around family members that were very perfectionistic, or it was very two-faced. It was very much like, well, I have the best body, or like, I have the most money, so that means everybody needs to bow down to me. And like, when you meet people that aren't like that, or whenever you're like, or maybe you got really hurt by those people, and it's like, there's like, yeah, you guys just got some religious trauma. I'm not gonna lie. This is definitely like you, in your soul, you're not a bad person, but I do feel like the way people wounded you turned you into somebody that you can't look at. And I think you have a very difficult time admitting that your life is not as together as it seems. And so then now that you're reflecting back, you're like, damn, like, I actually didn't need to go and hurt all those people and manifest those all those things and say and talk shit about people that way, because I'm actually more like them than I thought. And yeah, maybe you were a leader, maybe you were somebody that was just very loud, or somebody that was intimidating, and you used to take pride in that bullying energy, but now you're like, why? What did it actually get me? Because I'm looking at myself and I'm like, I'm not happy. And I've tried all these different avenues and I'm not connecting the dots, and I can't think what I feel. You know? Okay, getting back into the cards. Sorry guys, I'm just channeling your energy and all your rage, and it's like, damn, like, I think maybe you guys need to just talk it out with somebody, a therapist, or like somebody that is like safe. Like someone who's close to you but safe and can handle this kind of frequency, because like the stuff that you guys have been dealing with, you've done so very quietly, and I think it's been very harmful to hold back on this resentment. I lived my life through you. Yeah, some of you guys, you were mean to people that you wanted to be like, because you couldn't be like them though, because of this inner dynamic. Again, the whole atheism thing, it's like, I want to live as happy as these spiritual people are, but like they're full of shit. I don't know, it's like this whole like, oh god, it hurts my brain. I am helping you now. Yeah, so you guys, whether you think so or not, like, you're being spiritually guided. I am helping you now. I feel like now this version of yourself that's been harming you a lot has slowed down and is helping you. And it's like you're holding their hand, or it's holding your hand now and kind of just guiding you through stuff. Because I feel like part of you guys, I don't know if you're very smart or you do have a lot of wisdom. It's just you don't apply it towards others, or you don't apply it in the sense that it was meant for. Again, due to like, again, I see like in your head, you must have been abused in a certain kind of way, because it's like I'm seeing like a crack that has not allowed pieces of you to fully integrate. And I think, again, mental health wise, this is where a therapist comes in, is reintegrating pieces of you to understand that, yeah, that was a result of an abuser, not from people being tough, or that's the way life is. And when you kind of do that, then you can let go of all these harmful, self-harming stories. It's okay if I seem far away. Yeah, I feel like the love that you desire from your friends, your family, all these other people that at one point in time you were desperate for their attention, and then you became this other person to cope with it. It's okay that they're far away right now. Some relationships will not recover, but I think if you do the work and you show gradual change, you will get yourself to a point in your life where you can start integrating back. Some people will be able to forgive you and some people will not, but part of your healing cycle is to understand it's about you. Okay? And understanding that it's okay for other people to not want to be around you if you're treating people like shit. Sorry. Like, that is what everybody has to go through. And it doesn't mean, like, yeah, of course you have this really great personality and stuff under the surface, but if you are not acting in that way, then people have a right to not be around you. It's pretty simple. You wouldn't hang around someone that treats you like shit, right? If the answer is yes, then that's what needs to change. Because any human being shouldn't be treated poorly, especially if you love yourself. I did not expect to leave. Yeah, I think you guys didn't expect that you would actually walk away from a connection because of somebody else. Whew. Ooh. Ouch. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's almost like, not that you fell in love with somebody, but it was like almost like you saw somebody that really resonated with you. You suddenly became aware of all your pains and hurt, and you said, nope, I'm going after that person now. I'm going after this lifestyle, but I don't know why. And then, like, you're constantly in denial of, like, it's like your heart has been dead for a long time, and then you just felt like a beat, and you're suddenly like, whoa. So, like, I don't know if you've been, like, having a hard time with your chest. Lately, you're worried about having heart problems, and I'm like, yeah, you might eventually if you continue to stress yourself out about this, but, like, no. Like, this is you reconnecting with your spirit on a soul level again. And, like, you are just not understanding the human under the mask that you're wearing right now. Oh, this is so exciting for you guys. I'm so excited, guys. I will show you some signs and synchronicities. Yeah, maybe you're starting to believe in some of the spiritual stuff, and, like, I get it with the synchronicities. Like, you're gonna see a lot of BS out there. Like, again, like the 111 and all that stuff. Like, yeah. That works for some people, but there's a lot of, like, mental health stuff oriented around that too, with patterns recognition or whatever. These synchronicities are going to throw up in your face. This is going to be like, maybe you see a picture of them right after talking about them. Or this is like listening to a song that has literal words that they have spoken to you directly. Like, this is like so in your face that you're like, what the hell? And I mean, like, I've had this, like, when my spiritual awakening happened, like, this happened to me quite a bit, and it was like, okay, okay, this spiritual stuff's real. Like, there's some stuff that I'm like, I can't make that up. And I think that's going to start happening to you guys. And it's not just about this person, but it's about the story of you and this person and what's happening between you two. You are beautiful. Yeah. Like, I don't know when the last time someone told you that you're beautiful was, but, yeah, you're beautiful. Mind, body, and spirit. And, I think you deserve to hear that as often as you need to. I think maybe it triggers a very painful reaction. I think it may cause you to feel very numbed out. I'm thinking of an ex-partner I actually dated one time, where they literally, like, could not conceptualize that they were attractive. And not in, like, the physical sexual way. It's like, no, like, you were just a beautiful person. And yeah, this just feels really numbed out. And I want you to understand, though, that if you felt anything from seeing that, this is just more confirmation that that's meant for you. And just take the compliment. Understand that it's the truth, regardless of what everyone else in the world has told you. Just sit with that energy and see how it makes you feel. I will use my Care Bear stare for good. There's resentment building. Yeah, you have resentment against yourself. That's half of this demon going on inside of you. You're like, maybe it's the tarot readers sending evil things my way. No. This is you fighting yourself, man. Shadowboxing yourself. Your hard work is getting you places. People notice your success. Yeah, as you start to heal and as you start to calm down and, like, work on this frequency, people are noticing it, and you're gonna have better things. I gotta wrap up, so I'm gonna speed run these cards. We've got the situation changed again. Keep up and don't stick to old stories. Yeah, just because you saw an old tarot reading does not mean it's gonna happen the way that you expect. So keep moving. It's all going to work out, my dear. It is. An ancestor older than 3 generations on your paternal side may be reaching out to you energetically. It may not be money, but you'll still get what you need. You're going to be taken care of, guys. Your blessings are still blessings, even if it doesn't appear how you want. This is your reassurance that this will work out okay. Trust your truth. Jesus, guys. Your wounds will be healed. Love always wins in the end. Face the void inside. Who does it remind you of? Who is it? And don't agitate this further. Please reconsider. Yeah, please don't go all vengeful on this person. I feel like if someone showed you love recently and you couldn't interpret it as love, please don't go on a warpath against them. Okay, just take some time to acknowledge what happened between you two and then just find some peace and rest within your soul. Okay, we've got, I want to watch the rain fall on your body. Ooh. Listen, you're still sexy, even if you're angry. Okay? I mean, what you did wasn't sexy, but I mean, somebody still thinks you're hot out there, I guess. I don't know. Take what resonates. Men deserve to worship you. They're unworthy of you. Ooh. Ooh. I bet someone hasn't talked dirty to you in a while. I want the world to see us together. Yeah, people want to be with you. They want to be friends with you. You just can't be acting like that way towards them. I don't deserve you, but I'll learn to love me so I can. Aww. Yeah, some of the... I think what's kind of interesting about you guys, group number 4, too, is... Some of you guys are mad because you're like, you said you weren't going to explain things. I'm like, well, I need to get this out real fast. Some people are healing so they can be with you. Yes, you specifically. Okay? Like, just because you don't know how to see the version of yourself that's behind the mask doesn't mean other people don't see it. And some people are working very hard so that way they can be your best friend. Okay? I'm just saying. You can't be real. There's no one else who matches your light. Yeah. It's true. It's true. You make me strong enough to feel weak. I'll cry for you. Yeah, there's some people that cry over you. And they wish you'd come home. They wish you'd love yourself. They wish that they could bring you flowers someday. And I don't care if you're a man or a woman, or if you're old or ugly, or whatever the fuck you tell yourself. It's the truth. I think you guys just need some real, authentic love. That has no strings attached and is just completely, utterly for you specifically. You don't see me. I would take my fear and lay it before you just to stand in your light. Yeah, I think you guys just don't want to see the people that love you. Because it hurts. And, to me, I think you should be seen. I think so, anyway. I think your gushy parts are not weakness. I think they're beautiful, and I think you are being spiritually guided to maybe loosen up a little bit. Show them some love. Because other people love them. Why don't you? All right, here's some songs as a parting gift. We've got Wait and See by Holy Ghost. Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. This is for the person that watched me from beginning to end this whole video trying to figure this out. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna turn around and desert you. Everything Is Fine by Fight the Fade. Heads Will Roll by the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. And Stupid Feelings by 22-0 Kid in Lanky. I'm gonna have to post the links in the description. Yeah, those are the songs for you guys. 22 may be significant to you. Lol, lol, lol. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. That's your spirit guide team for you, because just because you're giving up doesn't mean that everyone else gave up on you. Okay? Sending you guys a lot of love, and I will see you all next time. Please make sure you like and subscribe, comment down below, even though I know you don't wanna, but I think you should. I think you should. But anyways, I will see you all next time. Take care. Bye.